Today we'll talk about these Ninja Turtles action figures. I had this for quite a while. It's been sitting here for a very long time. I have a lot of things which I haven't opened simply because I'm just so busy. And our Ninja Turtles 2-pack, Nickelodeon, Leonardo Rocksteady, and we have Playmates down here, if you can see it. And here is the back. And they do have a bunch of these 2-packs. I bought 2 of them. I have another one with Donatello and Shredder. I'll find it and I'll open it up when I get a chance. But for now, let's just open this one. Wow, the amount of zip ties they use on these things is incredible. I mean, this is difficult. I can't imagine a child doing this. Obviously, these are made for adults, right? There's no way a child can get this out of there. You need a scissor to cut the zip ties. You really have to struggle with it. I mean, I am just... Okay, there we go. And I still didn't get the swords. So this one, I couldn't really cut, if you can see here. Right? I couldn't cut it. It was just too tightly zipped in there. So let's get that out. This one I did manage to cut. I should be able to just pull this out. All right. So finally, and look at all this. I mean, look at all this plastic. Look at all this packaging. You could really tell that it's not made for children. It's made for adults. Which is another thing, you know, I want to mention here. Somewhere on here it says like 5 million points of articulation. I think it's something like 32, 36. They're in the 30s now. I don't really know exactly how many points of articulation, but come on, kids don't care about 36 points of articulation. You know what kids do? They just go like this, right? So obviously it's made for adults, the way they package it, the way they zip tie it in there. But here's our Leonardo. Paint is nice, other than the blemish up here on his head. Some kind of defect from the factory. Nice shell. Very well done. He's got his sword holders, he's got blue back here. I like when they do these little things, when they accent stuff. So even with my cars, my Hot Wheels, and all of my other stuff, I like when there's a little bit of color. And you could give him his swords here. Let's put a sword in his hand. Did it work? Kind of. It's a little loose. I'm sure if I play with it, I can get it to work. I won't do that right now. I'll play with him a little later. It's a little bit stiff because it's brand new. I'm sure as I play with it, it'll loosen up. His toes move as well, and they move independently, so you could move one toe up and one down. I don't know why you would want to do that, but there it is. And you can move these 2 fingers. Wow, this is stiff. Like so. And you can move the thumb as well, so he can hold his weapon. Let's look at the weapon. So he's got the 2 katanas. Let's see if I could put that in here. There's 1, and there's 2. Awesome, excellent. And again, something that's really nice, he's got blue here. So the katana handles are blue, a nice blue accent to complement the other blue and his blue bandana. So I really like that. I like this type of detail. I'm always impressed when manufacturers make an effort to paint little things that they don't really have to paint and that a lot of people might not notice. So they could have made this brown or black or white or silver, but they did make an effort to make it blue. So that's awesome. Let's take a closer look at Leonardo's eyes and facial expressions. He's got the teeth here. There's a little dimple here. That might be a factory defect, some kind of blemish. On this side, his mouth is closed, right? So you could only see the teeth on one side. If you look at the back, bandana's tied in the back. And again, another factory blemish here. If you could see this little spot here. One thing I would have liked to see is I would have liked to see some way to change this. In other sets of Ninja Turtles, you can actually change their bandana. They have like a longer version or one that comes off to the side. Let's take a look at Rocksteady. If you notice here, he's got his ammo around his chest. He's got a grenade. A lot of nice detail, even more detailed than the Ninja Turtle. I don't see any blemishes like with Leonardo. Uh-oh, I see something here. It looks like you can take his helmet off. Nice. Alright, so he's got a helmet that you can take off. These little touches, they make things nicer. Right, but very well detailed, very well painted. Also 5 million points of articulation, but not as much as the turtle. So here you can't move his fingers. You see that? Let's take a look at this. The hands on Rocksteady don't really move. You can move the wrist. You can move his wrist like so, but you can't move the fingers. Whereas with Leonardo, you could move each one of his fingers independently. So that's interesting, right? They didn't do that for Rocksteady. I guess people aren't going to pose him as much. A little bit stiff because it's brand new. But the detail is nice. And the detail on the face is very well done. He looks mean. And he looks like he's ready to mess you up. Look at the back. Look at the back muscles on this guy. He looks beastly. So that's Rocksteady. And Rocksteady comes with this massive gun. And he also comes with this machete. So he can be armed to the teeth, so to speak. I can't get it in there. I have another one of these. I'll find it and I'll unbox it and I'll show you guys what they look like.